This episode of the Urbex Dead Mall series is brought to you by the now defunct merry-go-round stores.
Unique fashions for guys and gals.
Welcome to the Washington Square Mall. No, not that Washington Square, this Washington Square. You know, the one in Indianapolis. I have visited this mall a number of times throughout my life. I started documenting this mall back in May of 2019, and that's the footage we're looking at right now. I believe this restaurant that we're looking at here used to be
Ruby Tuesdays
or a TGI Fridays. Let me know down in the comments if I'm wrong. Now, this used to be Frankie's Home Cookin', but before that, I believe it was an MCL cafeteria. Ooh, if you haven't been to one of those, definitely check them out before they disappear. They have them throughout Indiana, and there's a couple in Ohio. They're awesome. As a child, my parents and I would make the 5-hour trip from Detroit, Michigan to Indianapolis, Indiana to visit my dad's parents. Now, I don't remember visiting this mall as a child, but my mom remembers visiting it a long time ago, probably before I was born. She told me that this mall used to be a really nice, thriving mall in a nice area. By the time I first visited, around 2016, the area had already declined, most of the stores were already gone, and the mall just had that ghetto vibe. Now, I tend to like malls like this. They're very urban, and they cater to an urban population, and the clothing and some of the stores that you find in them are very urban, and I just like the style and the fashion. Some of the malls that immediately come to mind are Northland and Eastland in the Detroit metro area, as well as Eastland in Columbus, Ohio. And yes, I know, sadly, they're all gone. I do remember that the first time I came to film this mall, I had a really hard time because of all the security that were just everywhere. The last time I visited this mall, back around the end of 2022, I didn't see hardly any security, so it was a lot easier filming then. I want you to pay close attention to some of the stores that you're looking at here in this footage from 2019, because most of them are going to be completely gone by the time we get to 2022. Oh, wow. The Jetsons. Have you ever seen a Jetsons ride before? This is the very first time I've ever seen this, and that was super cool to see. It's always cool to see a Target in a mall. Unfortunately, they had the mall entrance closed off. And yes, the Target's still open, you just have to go outside and use the main entrance. I guess they had done that to try and stop theft. Now we've jumped ahead to July of 2020, and you can definitely see the mall has a completely different vibe because we're now viewing it in the daytime instead of in the evening. Gone is the dated glow of the 1970s sodium vapor bulbs. Now, maybe you like that look. Maybe you hate it. I tend to like it because it's like transporting you back into another time. You'll also notice that the Dick's Sporting Goods is now closed and gone. Do any of you find yourself judging a mall based on its food options, or better yet, inclusion or lack of a food court? I don't know, I tend to do that because nowadays I feel like going to the mall and grabbing something to eat is something I would do more than shopping at any of the stores, and I know that sounds kind of weird, but you know, you walk around the mall for a little while, get some exercise, look at some of the stores, and then you're like, hey, I want to spend a little bit of money, so you pop over to the food court and, you know, grab a bite to eat because you're hungry. Unfortunately, many of the earlier malls, like this one, never upgraded and added a food court, so their food options are just pretty pathetic. Now that's something I didn't expect to see, this old Flintstones ride here, and Dino the dinosaur. This looks like it would have been a really neat place to eat at, but I don't ever remember it being open. And here's Target again, still with their mall entrance closed off. Fortunately, the store is still open. Now, the last few times I visited this mall, they had some insane hip-hop blasting throughout the corridors. You'll have to check out my Raw and Real edition over on my Patreon page to check it out. There's a link in the description box below. Now, let's fast forward to Christmas of 2022. I was pleasantly surprised that they were still decorating for Christmas. Well, at least somewhat. And that they had Santa Claus. That was pretty shocking. See, I read this store down here as Chacarera's Churchin, and it's not at all. Kuchin. Okay, now this is cool. The Washington Square Mall survey. But there's no survey. Like, I want to take the survey. Hey everyone, crazy old lady says it's a walker.
No, it's a wheelchair.
You said it was a walker. Now you're going to deny it and make me look crazy.
Yes, I am.
There, she admitted it.
I'm having a great day today. I am not crazy. No cancer brain today.
The chairs are cool because they have the mall logo in it. The Washington Square Mall logo. Look.
Is that what that says?
Yeah. Oh, it does. Look, there's like a Burger King thing in here. I'm going to zoom in.
Is that real food?
No, this Burger King thing, it's super old
Yeah,
looking.
but isn't it real food? No, it's a game.
Yeah, I've never seen a Jetsons ride before. That is super old. Unfortunately, this mall is going downhill really fast. They're losing stores at an alarming rate, as well as the mall's overall condition deteriorating rapidly over the last few years, as you can see here. Oh boy, look at this. We can actually do the Washington Square Mall survey. Oh. I need to put this on so it's brighter. Yeah, look at this is the survey.
You made a survey.
Well, I'm Wait. There's the second page of the survey. Oh, that's cool. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the survey. All right, so this is my survey, and I know it's going to be kind of hard to read my handwriting, but you can pause the video at any time if you want to know my thoughts and opinions on this mall. Of course, they're going to be a little bit different than most people's because I love retail and just really old retail in general. And that was my survey. for the Washington Square Mall. Thank you everyone for participating. Leave your comments and thoughts on this mall down below in the comment section. Whatever this store is, it looks awesome. They've got like this airbrushed artwork thing on the wall that's cool. Is that supposed to be like Bin Laden or something? I don't know. It kind of looks like it. Okay, do you guys watch Retail Archaeology? Because I was watching an episode of his recently where he went into an old theater that had neon and a bunch of arcade cabinets, and he said, I wish they had Street Fighter 2 instead of Street Fighter 4. I think that, oh no, was it Mortal Kombat? I don't know. Anyways, but that's cool to see. This looks really cool. Is this like a haunted house? Oh my gosh, I think this is a haunted house inside the mall. That's a really good idea. They should have like a haunted Christmas themed one too, like so they can continue it from like September all the way to like January. This looks cool. This looks like it might have been a restaurant at one point, but I don't think so. It just has restaurant vibes.
It does because of
the checkered
tile.
And the red and the white. Well, and then this down here, this used to be Sears, but it no longer is Sears. Unfortunately, I wish it was still Sears. I don't remember when the Sears went out of business at this mall, but now I remember this place, and I think it was like a little cafe bakery thing. Yeah, it was a restaurant, and I always thought it was really cool, like a really cool idea, just right here. But now it's closed. Kind of sucks. New York flavor. I was thrilled to see that the owners of this mall were proactively reaching out into the community to see exactly what shoppers and local residents wanted this mall to become. In fact, this is the very first mall I've ever come across that has ever asked the local shoppers what they wanted in the mall. Now, I know we didn't go over the mall's history. There are plenty of videos on that if you'd like to see it, and I may come back for a future video where I do go over the mall's history. But for now, that's going to do it. Like, comment, subscribe, and check out the Raw and Real edition over on my Patreon, link in the description box below or on screen, and I'll see you on another episode of the Urbex Dead Mall series.